Morning, everyone. Welcome to SWE Builder House, Singapore. Very excited about the agenda we have going on today. Lots of amazing announcements are going to be occurring throughout the day. But more importantly, what I want you to leave here knowing is just how we're moving the needle every single day towards rebuilding the layer of the internet. We keep talking about SWE being beyond just a blockchain, and today, by the end of the day, my hope is that you understand that the vision that we have is grander than just a blockchain. We want to redefine how the internet works, starting with the agreement layer, and then throughout the day you hear about some other amazing innovations that are coming out of the lab, and with various partners we're working with, is going to really reshape the internet as a whole. So our goal, SWE is a next-gen blockchain that is going to drive the internet revolution from Web 2 to Web 3. I like to say SWE is a global coordination layer for the internet. It is basically industry-leading performance as of today. No other blockchain comes anywhere close. With a recent upgrade to mainnet called Mysten, we took down our consensus latency from just close to 2 seconds down to 390 milliseconds. We're able to show that end-to-end finality on the network today. We're talking about P90 finality, which is something people don't like talking about. 90% of all transactions are going, 90% of the transactions are going through in less than a second, which is a game changer. And most transactions are actually finalizing in around 300 to about 500 millisecond time frame. That is a game changer. I think the nearest blockchain that comes close is close to the 1.5 to 2 second time frame. And that's a very low throughput. At SWE, at 100,000 transactions per second, you still have sub-second finality. That's very, very different from what other blockchains are pushing today. And we talked about industry-leading performance. SWE does not have a technical limitation on throughput. It was designed from day one to scale. Just like Amazon and Google scales horizontally, you throw more hardware to it, and it scales. I think we released a paper called Pilotfish that demonstrated that you add 8 times the hardware to SWE, you get 8 times the performance with 0 increase in latency. There's no point in saying you have a scalable blockchain if you have outages on a regular basis. And no point in saying you have a scalable blockchain when as soon as you have demand increase, you have to raise prices. SWE transaction fee or gas price has always been flat relative to the dollar. And that's because SWE can always add more capacity whenever it's required. We've had 100% uptime, no outages, touch wood. We know that's never going to be 100% forever, but it just shows the commitment we have as an engineering team to building world-class technology and having a great team of an ecosystem behind it to back it up as a whole. As I mentioned as well, less than 400 millisecond average finality. SWE is also the fastest growing ecosystem out there. I think we touched on the fact that SWE has only been around for about a year. And a year and a half, really, SWE is already number 2 behind Solana in terms of the adoption. And our goal is to go way, way, way higher than that. So as of today, we're actually about 1.2 daily active users. This, when it was reported, was about 178,000 daily active users. We're having a plethora of applications that are really going to boom the amount of users in the ecosystem. And we're all about going out to new users rather than traditional Web 2 users, Web 3 users. I think Web 3 users, we want to win the market. But overall, this space gets better as we bring more people. The bigger the space, the better it is for everybody. So also, DeFi on SWE is booming. You're going to hear some amazing news today on how we're going to grow DeFi even further. I don't want to spill the beans too much, but overall, TVL as of this morning is close to $700 million. Trading volume on SWE is in the top 10. All for a chain is relatively new, but what we're finding are developers are loving building DeFi primitives on SWE, and they're able to do that in a record time. I think one of our top protocols in the SWE ecosystem from Solana said that the dev experience on SWE was 10x that in comparison to building with Solana. Most developers are picking up SWE Move in 3 to 4 days, which is a game changer. I want to talk about NFTs. NFTs on SWE are very different. We have 2 NFTs that are really pushing the boundaries of what's possible. On traditional blockchains, NFT is just a static image stored in IPFS or Google or Amazon or whatever. On SWE is very, very different. Because you have the ability of storing real data on chain, for example, Studio Mirai, these robot NFTs, 4K images are stored directly on chain. The attributes can be changed. You can paint and change the color of your NFT over time. And then you have Animal Labs who have a fully composable NFT standard where you can actually build your robot, you can build your character and take that character directly into a game. So real life crafting of assets, real life crafting and modeling is possible on SWE because of the object model. This is not an account-based system, it is an object-based system. The smaller unit of compute on SWE are strongly typed objects, which gives new possibilities for building applications that are super compelling in Sui that you just cannot do anywhere else. So the top gaming ecosystems also are pick in Sui. Sui has always been known as a gaming chain, but of course Sui is more than just gaming. But gaming is one area we believe is going to really spearhead the growth of Web3 as a whole. If I go back one slide. So we think DeFi is actually going to grow as a function of gaming. DeFi for us is a great piece of infrastructure, but it needs way more users. Games that are coming onto Sui are going to be using swap facilities via DeFi. They're going to be using the wallet capabilities. They're going to be using aggregated capabilities. They're going to allow people to stake and earn parts of their in-game economies. They're going to allow you to earn games for free as a part of participating in other types of financial transactions. I think the window of opportunities are huge. There are over 3.3 billion gamers that spent close to $200 million last year, $200 billion last year. We believe Sui's goal is to capture as much of that market as possible. Given we have the infrastructure already at scale, we believe Sui is well put to actually take advantage of the growth of gaming as a whole. And we think gaming will drive demand for DeFi as a whole. Top killer games are coming onto Sui. We have E4C, Final Salvation. We have Society that's going to come preloaded on the Sui Play 0x1. More on that shortly. We also have Dark Time, and we have NHN who's leading the social casino with Pebble City as well. And of course, I want to play the video for you about the Sui Play 0x1. So as of today, Sui Play 0x1 is one of the fastest selling hardware devices in Web3 as a whole. We're very excited about it. You can pre-order your 0x1 today and get some free swag. The amount of pre-orders are going very, very well. We're very, very excited about it. I think more importantly, it's the signal of how we're about to change gaming as a whole. This is a gaming device that is going to be top-tier hardware. I think we're showing it's using one of the top processors today. Very great screen, very long battery life, great cooling. It allows you to play your PC and also your mobile games directly. And over time, it's going to emulate the ARM instruction set that lets you play Android games as well. So overall, it is a great device that lets you play your games from Steam, Epic, and we also announced that Square Enix games are going to be allowed to be purchased directly on the Sui Play 0x1. So you'll be able to pay with Sui and other types of currencies directly on the Sui Play device. So we're talking about Web 2 and Web 3 games. Take your mobile PCs with you on the go on one of the world's most powerful mobile devices for gaming in the world. So we're very excited about that. And we think it's going to change the landscape for gaming in Web 3 as a whole. You earn rewards whether you're playing Web 2 or Web 3 games, and there are a plethora of rewards that are going to be coming to the first 10,000 orders to the Sui Play 0x1. I want to touch on one more thing, the next big innovation that's coming out of Mysten Labs. We keep saying our goal as a lab is to refactor the way the internet works. It's great that we have centralized companies today who own your data and are judge, jury, executioner in regards to what data you engage with. I think we envision a world that's actually much better, where it's more fair and more democratic. Walrus is going to be the global storage layer for the world. Walrus allows you to store video, images, allows you to store entire websites, run your Web 2 and Web 3 front ends directly on on the blockchain directly, and do that in a very safe and secure way, and then use the SWINS domain name system to power the addressing system as a whole. We actually launched a hackathon that Janet's going to tell you a bit more about, and I think I'll give her the opportunity to share a bit more about Walrus than I can. But overall, we're very excited about Walrus. It's going to really spearhead and show that SWI is a platform to coordinate the world's data as a whole. So another thing to touch upon, on Walrus, you can store terabytes, if not petabytes of data on a blockchain directly at very, very low cost. So if you're an ETH developer, SWI developer, a Solana developer, you can build on Walrus directly. It is agnostic in that sense. So it's going to power the Web3 apps of the future. We also think it's going to power the Web2 apps of the future. And beyond that, that's all I have time for. And I think next is going to be about Walrus. Thank you very, very much.